This is the Darren Green Show. What up, I'm Darren Green, and this is the Darren Green Show, coming to you loud, live, and in color to give you another stellar podcast today. If this is the first time you're hearing my voice, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and anywhere else you listen to podcasts. And as always, follow me at TDGS Official. Okay, and if you're listening to me on iTunes, also give me a 5-star rating and a comment. Yeah, I'm not getting enough of those, and I want some more, child. I want to be on the charts one day. But anyway, as you know, my co-host is not here today. Just some work-related situations had to be attended to, which I completely understand. You know, I'm not paying him at this moment because this podcast isn't making money, so this is very free for him. So I'm not, I don't, expect no one to jump. You get what I'm saying? So, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Things happen. I mean, I almost didn't do this podcast today because of the shit, stuff that I'm doing as well. So he'll be on next week, and we're just gonna keep this moving like I always do, And I'll get into a little bit of an intro today. Nothing really much happened this week or the past week, I would say. Weekend was boring, as always is trash here. But the only thing I do want to talk about now is my damn math class. I'm so sick of that damn teacher. That's the only thing that's really pissing me off last week. So first of all, if y'all didn't know, because I don't think I told you guys yet, but I'm taking a math class because my school didn't take my transferred math classes. Yeah, so I'm not good at math, so I already failed that placement exam when I had to do it again. And they put me in a prerequisite class. And if you're not in college and know what prerequisite means, it means I'm taking this class for no credits. This is a prerequisite class. This is before I take the real shit, okay? And that's why it's Math 90. And I have to take this class, and it's algebra, which I don't have a problem with algebra, but the issues that I have in his class, like his lesson plans be like, okay, here's this. But his tests and homework assignments, I'm like, yo, this is on times 20. What's going on? No, you're not going to sit there and teach us this way, and then you give us like crazy numbers, and we can't even use our calculator in this class. Oh no, you got me chopped. I'm talking to your boss. I'm talking to whoever is. Yes, I'm Tekashi69 in his ass. Okay. No, ain't no way in the world we can't use a calculator. I ain't never had it when I went to high school. That's when the teachers stopped making us not use calculators. Okay, because the numbers got bigger. All right, and I ain't trying to say I don't know how to multiply on my own or I don't know how to divide on my own. But at the end of the day, like we haven't done that in a long time. Well, I know I haven't. I don't do long division like that like I used to back when I was in we was doing long division in third grade. That's when I started doing it. And then once I got into middle school, we was doing a lot of that. Look, let me tell you something. I need a damn calculator. And that's going to be an issue. And, I feel that he's also like, this is the third week. Well, no, actually, no, we're in the 5th week. We're in the 5th week of school right now. And he already postponed tomorrow's class. Tomorrow meaning Tuesday. And if you're getting this on Tuesday, I meant today. So I'm like, okay, we got a whole test on Thursday and we supposed to do a whole review. But your ass just emailed me talking about I'm taking a trip to Boston. What the hell you need to go to Boston for? And you got a whole class. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I see now this is going to be this class is going to be real. And then I remember the other week before when we took the damn quiz, he sent us being there. He canceled the other class. I think every week he cancels classes. There was one week where we were supposed to take the quiz and he ended up canceling the class. So he emailed us the quiz and I did the damn shit on paper. And I didn't print out his sheet or whatever because I figured he referred back to it. I mean, it's online. So I did all the work. I did all the problems. I placed the problems on the paper and I answered the questions. He almost didn't take the shit because he thought it was something else. I'm like, no, nigga, this is the damn test. This is the quiz. I just put it on this sheet, right? And I feel like he doesn't understand too. And I'm not trying to be rude and I'm not be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a foreign teacher from, another country. I want to say somewhere in Africa or something like that. It doesn't matter. But I feel like he doesn't know how to handle, and, can we talk? Like, can we really talk? Because I know in my schools, I've talked to friends that have the same similar, and just people in general. Like, I feel like they kind of don't know how to talk to people. They kind of like, what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things, I don't know. It's just certain things that they just don't pick up. I understand teaching a class that is not, I guess, what you're used to or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you need to get with the damn program. There's just a lot that I have issues with that class, and it's bad that it's math. I mean, if this was a damn English course or a damn history course, I'd have been like, all right, I'll take his bullshit. And, because at the end of the day, all I got to do is write a paper and then I'll pass. But no, this is math. You got to be exact. And, child, I don't know. I need to pass this class, though, because I want to get to a point where I never have to take a math class again. And I'm telling you, once I'm done with math, child, I'll be ready to graduate soon. But anyway, to get off on that, because I know I dwell on it too much. So I heard you guys really enjoyed our last episode. I thought the episode, just to reflect back on it, it was cool. It was like, when I tell you, our chemistry between each other, we have good chemistry, first of all. And that's something that I struggle with this podcast, trying to get people on and trying to have the same. I finally found someone that is into the same type of topics that I'm into. I know my best friend, I had her on, on phone a couple of times, but I feel like we don't have good chemistry on the podcast. We definitely have good chemistry on the phone. And I told her before, I'm like, girl, you do not keep that same energy when we're talking on the phone. It ain't no different. But when we got to the podcast, obviously it just didn't work. I had my cousin on one time. It didn't work. She's not really into hot topics like that. Like, she's not into all the tea. Who else I had on? I had my original co-host from my old school, but, they live in Philly and in my old school, so it's kind of hard for them. And we kind of I did kind of have them on a little bit, but I don't like phoning in people. Like, I don't mind phoning in people for like an interview spot or whatever, but like, it's, just for a co-host, like, just to phone in that person. Like, even when I have to go back home, I wouldn't want to do that with my co-host that I have now. Like, that's just, I phone it in people. I just hate the way it sounds. And then sometimes when you call people, you can't really hear them because it's not clear enough as in, in person. But it's kicking me in my ass having a co-host, having to make sure he's there at all times, and have to understand that he's not going to always be here. This is the Dan Green Show, and it will go on. Whether I have just me or other people. But no, this was a good show, I will say, and then it was a big turnout. I think some of his listeners came on. I hope his listeners keep the same energy with this episode. I promise you, I'm that guy. But yeah, it was a big turnout. I love getting new listeners. I think at that point we had like the first couple of days I made over 30 downloads, and I'm up to like, I ain't gonna lie by my statistics, but I'm up to like 50 something now, which is good. I never got that many downloads in a week, because usually back in the day, I come out with a podcast, I say it's about at 20 the first week. That's a major jump. 50 downloads the first week, and I'm only gonna get more the long as we keep on doing this. So thank you guys for listening. And I don't know, we got a lot to cover today, so I guess I'm done with the intro. And then let me see, is there anything else I want to talk about? Girl. Well, it is my birthday on Thursday. You get what I'm saying. If y'all want to hit my Cashapp up, it's in the description of from wherever you are listening to this. Want to give me a little Cashapp birthday present, child, because I'm turning 22 this Thursday. And I hate getting older. Don't you hate getting older? I mean, even though I'm like 22, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. I feel like, I miss my youth years, child, when things was easy and I had to worry about nothing. I had to worry about buying stuff. And child, now I got bills. Do you believe that shit? Remember back when you used to have to pay for your shoes and your clothes, child. Your parents all had that, and I got to buy my own clothes. Well. That's a good thing. I do like buying my own clothes because I swear to God, my parents did not know how to dress me. But yeah, don't you just miss being like a child sometimes? I don't know. It's too much work, child, being a grown person. But 22 is still young. I'm gonna start feeling real worried, child. If I get to 29. And my ass still at home. That will not be happening. I would be like, but I don't know. It's 22 years here. It's been a long time for my, I feel like that. Some people be like, oh, child, you ain't even lived there long. Child, I feel like it was a lifetime. Another birthday that passed is the podcast's birthday. I think 2 weeks ago, the 12th of September. That was a couple weeks ago, I think, and it was the podcast anniversary. I started this podcast September 12th, 2017. From there, the podcast was kind of on again, off again. It was a bi-weekly podcast, and that's when I had my original co-hosts on there, my girl Nene and Desi. Shout out to them. But yeah, it's been 3 years. I believe. Yeah, 3 years. Then that's when 2018 hit and I was making episodes and I wasn't really getting no traction from it. I'll get about 10 downloads probably a week. I was like, yeah, no. And then that's when I kind of quit. I had a phase where I quit and then I went to social media and got big on that. And I was like, let me go back to this podcast and shit because I feel like, nah, I can't stop. And I got all these listeners now. But yeah, it's been a minute, y'all. This podcast, let me tell you something. I've been working on this thing for 3 years. Okay, that's long. And I will say that the podcast has had growth. And I'm very happy for it. We're just gonna I'm keeping this going until it's to the end. Well, we'll just see. But anyway, other than that, that's it for the intro. Let's get into these hot topics which you guys came here for, because I know you didn't came here to hear me talk now. All right, let's talk about it. So, in recent news, DaBaby's security guard knocks out a female fan. Knocks the girl cold out. I've seen it with my own eyes, child. Let's talk about it. Okay, so DaBaby was performing at a free water block party in New Orleans, and things were going okay until 30 minutes into his set when he jumped into the crowd. And this is something that he regularly does. And apparently at this time, the crowd was getting a little bit aggressive. And that's when the security guard had to come in. And in the video, you see a female fan running over to him, trying to get a photo and everything. And, that's what you do. And DaBaby pushes the female fan off of him a number of times. And she touches him. She continuously, gets up on him. So the security guard unleashes, a punch on this girl, knocked her cold. This girl was on the floor. And when I tell you, I ain't want to laugh. I ain't gonna lie. This shit was funny as hell. Look, can we talk? But, you don't be doing that. And maybe, because sometimes, the whole situation with Cardi and the Harper's Bazaar thing, if the security guard really gave Cardi that knot, it was by accident because they were trying to get, I guess, Cardi away from whoever she was trying to attack. So, yes, the woman was out cold for a minute, and then her friends were able to raise her and get her out that venue, child. And the show was shut down, but the police was not called. Here's my thing with this whole situation. And I just wanted to talk about this because this was kind of a hot commodity right now. It's a hot topic at this point. My thing is this: you knew what you was getting yourself into. Now, DaBaby, I don't mind you, slapping somebody around, punching somebody around if they get out of line. Like that dude that tried to take your chain, dude or whatever fan. I think it was a dude or a girl. I'm not sure. No, he wouldn't do that to no girl. But I feel like it was somebody, a fan, that tried to take his chain and he popped that man in the face, which is okay. I mean, he tried to take your chain. Y'all chains be expensive. But if it comes to you going down, you walk to the crowd. You don't do that. Okay, these people are crazy. You are somebody's Beyonce. Remember that, okay? And there's going to be people that's going to be real, real crazy, you know, wanting to touch you and all that extra stuff. And you sitting over here having your security guard knocking people cold out. Like, that's a good way to get sued. I was not with that. I felt like the security guard was definitely in the wrong. Okay, first of all, you don't put your hands on the female like that. And second of all, it's just like, that just looked real menacing. Y'all acting like the girl was trying to kill him. You know, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know. But I feel like sometimes fans don't know when they're being, you know, when they're doing too much. Yes, the girl was doing too much, but that doesn't warrant you the right to knock the girl cold out. Like, that girl was dead. She passed out. Poor child. But yeah, I mean, and you knew what you was getting yourself into. DaBaby knew what he was getting himself into when he stepped into the crowd. What do you expect? You're walking to people that are screaming your name and trying to get to you and all this stuff, and you walking to the person. I could understand if the girl got on stage, because she would be, you know, that's against her boundaries. I don't know. But that's my whole take on it. Everybody's saying, because I feel like everybody's saying, oh, girl got what she deserved. Like, she shouldn't be doing that. But I'm like, no. He was walking to them. I feel in that setting that it shouldn't be like that. But, you know, that's just how people are, child. I don't know. That's just a no-no. And now, I bet you the girl going to probably try to sue now. At this point, because, you know, this is the extortion era. Okay? Anything you do to a person, anything these celebrities be doing to a person, they know you got money, they're going to be after you. That girl probably going to act like her neck broke. Okay? She probably going to come out. There's going to be a story, I bet you. Let me tell you something. She probably going to come out saying, oh, I have a fractured rib, or I got a concussion. Pay my bills. Yeah, no. But that guy that tried to take your chain and you did punch him, I mean, hey, them chains expensive, child. Even though you got the money, child, I don't feel like buying it again. So I understand. I don't know. How do I feel about celebrities just putting their hands on, like, fans? Like that time when Nene, like, slapped the phone out of a fan's hand at an airport, which I understand, you know, it's an invasion of privacy, of course, because you were trying to do your thing at the airport and somebody's recording you. But that's just what you have to go through when you're a celebrity. You're a public figure. Like, people are going to always take pictures of you. Like, I don't get, like, I started noticing that, like, a lot of fans, a lot of artists, a lot of celebrities, actors, you name it, they get real mad when when people are, like, taking pictures of you when you're in public. But it's like, I don't know, like, it's just like, do they understand, like, people really rock with y'all to that magnitude where it's like, oh my goodness, like, I just seen so-and-so. Let me take a picture of them. Like, y'all don't get that, but y'all don't get that way when it's paparazzi do it, though. Like, certain celebrities do, because I feel like paparazzi, I feel like they're the vultures, and they'll try to take pictures of you just off of anything, child. You get what I'm saying? If they had a picture of you through the window after you getting out the shower, they would take that picture. But I feel like a regular person, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's too much of an issue, child. But these celebrities, they get mad at anything, child. Don't take pictures of celebrities. We can't do that no more. We got to go back to asking for their autographs. But shit, y'all don't give us that, so I need some type of proof that I met your ass. It's either autograph or a photo. I don't know. Celebrities kill me, though. Because I feel like they will want to do that in the beginning of their career. They want that to happen. They want people to do that because that's keeping them, you know, irrelevant. Like, oh my goodness, like, someone really cares about me. But then now, you know, they get old in the game, child. They're like, oh yeah, no, I'm tired of these fans. You're supposed to please your fans because they buy your music. They watch your movies, okay? And they watch your reality show, whatever, you know. I don't know, Chad. We'll see what happens, Chad. I bet you. And let me tell you something. You heard it from me first. That girl gonna be like, my neck broke. I'm telling you, she gonna be like that soon. So I would like to make a shout out. Shout out to Speaker of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi. This week, the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, announces the impeachment inquiry against President Trump. Now, her announcement came after whistleblower revealed information about Trump. And Nancy states the president has admitted to asking the president of Ukraine to take action which would benefit him politically. The action of Trump's presidency revealed that the dishonorable fact of the president's betrayal on his oath in office, and basically in a transcript, it was a phone call between Trump and the president of Ukraine, and the transcript basically said, to investigate the 2020 election rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter and their role in the Ukraine company. So he was just basically telling them, hey, let's make some, let's do the same thing we did with my election. Okay, let's get him out. So, do I feel like she has a case? Hopefully. This is the first time that a house is actually, this is official, and, it has to go through the Senate, and it has to obviously go through their house as well, which I feel like the House of Democrats will vote against Trump. The Senate probably will vote for Trump. Okay, so this might be, and there was something I heard too that said there's not enough evidence to inquire for an impeachment, which I feel like it's enough evidence. It's enough evidence, shot as much as he done in his damn time here. I just wanted to throw that in there just to see what you guys have to say about it, because I feel like not a lot of people are talking about this. I know I wouldn't talk about this if this wasn't such a big topic, because I don't cover politics. I'm not good with that. I would love to have my co-host here to see what he has to say about it, but maybe I'll just wait till next week, because this conversation is still going to keep on happening until we get this clown out. Okay, but let's move on. I feel like I'm flying. Anyway, let's talk about this Nicole Murphy scandal. Now, I've been following this shit all week. I've been waiting to talk about this shit all the freaking week. Okay, so for those who do not know, Nicole Murphy was dragged last summer by the internet for kissing a married man. Lela Rochelle's man, Antoine Fouquet, or whatever, Fuqua, whatever you want to pronounce that as. So yes, there were some pictures that were released, and it was Nicole Murphy and the Antoine guy. Okay, now he is married to Lela Rochelle, Rashawn or something. Yeah. Now at the time she released a statement to the writers at Love B. Scott saying that they are her family friends, and this was a friendly hello, and that's all it was. And the B. Scott show has the text to prove it, because when she came on the Wendy Williams show, showed her ass and was like, yeah, that's the internet. I never said that we were family friends. I don't know Lela. I just met him in Paris. Basically, that's what she said. I'm paraphrasing. Honey. And then you could just see it on Wendy Williams' face. She was like, bitch, you lying. And that's what we all were saying. At the end of the day, like, you know what you were doing. Why would you sit there? And the B. Scott show ain't got no inks. They ain't got no reason to lie. They ain't got no goddamn reason to lie. Now you're on their radar, which is crazy. Like every freaking article they could come out with y'all is about this girl, Nicole Murphy child. And I listened to their podcast too when they talked about it. I'm like, and then you refer to them as social media, which is like that's disrespectful as hell. First of all, because that blog has been holding it down. Before there was a shade room, before there was a baller alert, before there was a whatever you want to call it now blog, there was a B. Scott, Love B. Scott, and he has held it down as far as getting the facts straight. He gave tea to certain powers that be in the media. TMZ, and even Wendy Williams, of course. Wendy Williams has quoted quotes from their publication. So for you to sit there and be like, oh yeah, that's social media talking, yeah, they're lying, this, that, the third, honey, don't even try it. And that's why I love how they light her ass up in that damn podcast. Y'all need to listen to it. If y'all listen to the B. Scott show, and I think the title is called Nicole Murphy's a Scallywag or something like that, like listen to that shit. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, I mean, what she got to lie for? Come on, what did they have to lie for now? Now, you done sat there and said that, okay, this is a family friend and that's all it was. Now that you found out that shit don't look right because there was like multiple pictures of y'all like kissing. Like how many times you're going to do a friendly kiss on the cheek? And that was not no kiss on the cheek, child. Let me just remind your ass. So yeah, you have to do damage control and be like, oh, well, those statements are lies and all that. And, you know, I barely knew him. I didn't know he was married, girl. Bye. See you later. And then, you know, more news came out that there were reports saying that Layla feels taunted by Nicole Murphy because, you know, for numerous reasons and stuff like that. And just the fact that, girl, you hired a paparazzi lead. Ain't nobody really talking about that. Because nobody is checking for nobody's Antoine Fuqua and Nicole Murphy. Because before this whole situation, ain't nobody was checking for you. So, yes, I mean, I believe that maybe she did hire paparazzis to say, oh, maybe, okay, yeah, you know, you give them money, they're going to do whatever they want, child. Yeah, you definitely hired them because y'all not a hot commodity. So now, you know, there's other people. I think the Brett said something. I think there was other like celebrities that were saying that, yo, she's really trying to, she taking people in. Like she's been doing this for like the longest. Girl, you getting too old for that. Because I'm gonna find out your age now. You look young, but you're old. You was too young to be too old actually to be doing all that. But you know, people gonna do what they do for clout. Sean, they do anything for clout. Home wrecking. That's just, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, all this boyfriend, girlfriend stuff, you take somebody man or whatever, yeah, it's funny, yeah, whatever. But if that person is married, I feel like that's a real issue. You should not be breaking people's homes. That's a no-no. Always and forever. Do I feel like she can come back from this? No. I feel like she needs to stop doing a tour about it. Like, she's like, if you're trying to dead this situation, if you're really trying to dead this situation and you're not trying to be in everybody's blog or everybody's, you know, radar right now, like, why keep this going? So you said that well, now she's saying it was a mistake because, you know, she didn't know that he was married. Okay. All right. And then that she, you know, they weren't family friends, so of course she wouldn't know. Girl, you telling too many stories. You gotta, and no one's believing your ass at the end of the day. She just gotta stop talking. That's all that she can do to help this, but I don't think she's trying to help. I think she's just trying to keep it going, child. But tell me what you think in the comments. That's it for this topic. I'm really flying through this podcast. This is gonna be a real quick one. I don't know. I feel like because ever since like I did when me and, you know, Derek Dahl was on, like, I don't know, I'm not used to doing this by myself. But we're gonna keep this shit going no matter what. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta, let's just get into a little bit of a reality check. Okay. Real Housewives of Atlanta, the sneak preview of the season came out and it didn't disappoint. It left me with what the hell is going on at whatever situation that they're doing, whatever party or whatever pillow talk is giving me pillow talk vibes. Kenya is back and she's back with a vengeance and she's bringing the drama as she should, as she's been doing. And I don't know who she fighting, but I don't know who fighting who. I don't know who. But you know my best friend, she's like, I don't know. I got to see it because you know how Bravo is. They always want to hype up something that's not even, you know, because we have been getting that. We've definitely been duped certain seasons where they will show us something. I'm like, oh my God, like that, and then it'll be nothing. Like that time with the whole closet thing, well, which that could have been a thing, but the cameras just didn't show us what the hell happened. I don't know, child. But I think this season might be good. Not maybe because of the situations or the altercations. I don't think there's going to be another fight. If that's what people are looking for, go to Love and Hip Hop. First of all, I feel like that there's going to be moments where it gets catty. It's going to have the old elements of just shade and reading and all that. That's what I want in a Real Housewives show. If I want to see somebody fighting and jumping and all that hoopla, whatever, you go take your ass to Love and Hip Hop. But I'm expecting just some shade. I'm expecting some good arguments. Good old read, honey. And speaking of Love and Hip Hop, Married to Medicine. I seen the episode last night. Why would they ever have Jocelyn on there? And I know she had like a little cameo appearance because this girl Buffy, I think that's her name or whatever, she was having like a little house party, and Jocelyn was invited, I guess, or whatever. And she was coming at my girl Toya. Now, that's not my girl, actually. No, I don't like Toya like that. But she came for Toya for no reason. And I'm just like, girl, what you trying to do? And then she came at the girl husband. Like, what is going on? Now, I feel like, I don't like my caviar and my cabbage together, child. You better spread that shit out. This is a different, this ain't VH1, honey. This is Bravo. People don't just come up and just verbally attack people. Now I wasn't feeling that. I don't want to see her no more on Bravo. I mean, unless she has her own little show, if they try to give her own show, child, I would never see her on no damn Housewives. But we'll just see what happens with that. But I did not like seeing her on there. Just even though she was on there for like 3 seconds, I'm like, girl, why you here? But then also I didn't like how Toya was kind of blaming Buffy for the situation, because at the end of the day, that is well, if we want to believe in Buffy, that is her friend, and her friend, I would definitely I gotta put myself in this situation. Now, mind you, Buffy and Toya ain't best friends. So if I had a friend and I brought another friend to a occasion or whatever I was having, and that one friend disrespects the other friend, I shouldn't be accountable for it. I would be accountable for stopping that other friend that's being disrespectful. But like, I shouldn't, take the blame. Like, oh my God, like, because now it's like Toya wants her ass kissed, as usual, per usual, and Buffy's not really having it like that. You get what I'm saying? So I feel that the way she was treating Buffy, like, and she didn't even want Buffy to go to her little party or her birthday party thing or whatever, which we will get into the reason why she doesn't want to, because she reveals that she had a miscarriage. But honey, there was other people there that you don't know like that. Let's be real. You don't know all them damn people in there. All right. So I don't know. I just feel like she shouldn't put blame on Buffy too much. It was, I feel like she couldn't get at Jocelyn, so she's trying to get at the next person. You get what I'm saying? And no, girl, get at Jocelyn on damn social media and call it a damn day. I don't know what the hell she was on there for. Like, ugh. Of course. But anyway, that's it for that. I talk about reality TV for a little bit, I don't feel like I talk, like when I used to do these podcasts, these older episodes, I used to really have a whole segment dedicated for the reality check until it got too draining and I was just doing it like every goddamn episode of every show. I'm like, I can't do this. Because at the end of the day, it'd be some dry episodes I don't even feel like talking about. Like, I done completely stopped I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I don't know. It's just after the whole thing with Fizz in April and then A1 and Lyrica, it's just dry as hell. Like, I don't care that you're dating I don't care if Fizz is dating I don't forgot the girl name. I was about to call that bitch Amber. What is her name? Oh my God. Oh, in April. Ugh. Because we all know that's what it is. Y'all dating and y'all sit there and have, like, I seen that on social media. They was having some kind of dinner with each other's families or whatever. They was crying. Bitch, kiss. Okay? Y'all together. Stop trying to fake that funk. Who y'all protecting at this point? Because we all know. Ugh. And Monique's like, like I know, child. I'd be like, I want no parts of this, child. You can see your child when you want to see your child. I ain't got nothing to say with this girl. I ain't got nothing to say. Okay. And then who else is on there? It's just other people like, I guess Zale is back in Paris. For some reason, I really do not I don't rock with Paris like that. I just don't. That's why I just stopped watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. They used to be a really interesting show, but like, man, people that I used to rock with are not there no more. Brooke and Valentine not even there. I'm waiting for Love and Hip Hop New York, first of all, because I want to hear that. I want to see that Remy Ma situation with the Brie character, the other, forgot her name. Oh God, Brittany Taylor. First of all, and I want to see Love and Hip Hop Miami. Yeah, it's time. It's time. I want to see him again. Because let me tell you something. When that come back on, I'll be on there. That's when I watch Love and Hip Hop. These other Love and Hip Hop shows, child, Atlanta not giving it to me no more. Hollywood not giving it to me. I just need New York and Miami and call it a damn day, child. Child, they need to make a Love and Hip Hop New Jersey. Because let me tell you something. We have a lot of New Jersey artists, okay? And I could definitely be on there too, as they little, Jason Lee character. Child, let me speak that into existence. But what else? What else we have for topics? Oh, I forgot to talk about the Emmys last week. I wanted to just highlight on that. Shout out to Jarrell Jerome for winning Outstanding Lead Actor. Now he's the first black and Latino winner. And this was for the When They See Us series, which it was rightfully deserved. Let me tell you something. He performed his ass off. That show had me in freaking tears. And it was that moment in that part, because I didn't see the entire award show. I was watching like the highlights, but it was that moment when the real Corey Wise got up and clapped and was crying. Child, I was like, oh my God. Child, I was holding back tears. So yeah, shout out to him. And RuPaul won for Best Reality Competition Show, rightfully deserved. I'm glad he didn't win for Best Costume, because I feel like, I don't know, did y'all feel like that was a dig? Best Costume? What you mean Best Costume? Like, this is people with real lives. But whatever. Also, shout out to Billy Porter for his Best Lead Actor in a Drama Series. He's the first openly gay African American to win in this category in Pose. As you know, the second season, that was all him. That was all him, and he did his due diligence. He should have been got an Emmy, but he was brought up in a time where it's not his type of black gay men, and we're just not there. And I remember him talking about this on the Teray Show, which is another good podcast you guys should listen to. And he talked about he was up and coming. He was young in the 80s as an actor, but there were people like James Earl Jones and Denzel Washington that were getting these roles, because they were straight, obviously, and they wanted someone straight and not somebody that was, LGBT. So to see him win an award now, it's great. Just keep on going. Let's get that Oscar. Let's keep it moving. Another thing I want to point out, people were saying that there is some shade going. It was some shade going on when RuPaul won, and I guess Billy Porter was giving him like the weird sour look. I'm like, no, that's just we naturally have resting bitch face. Stop trying to make a thing a thing. Because a lot of people do that in our community, child. Always making it, oh my God, they're beefing. Dude. Like, no, it's not no beef. No beef, honey. But yeah, that's it for today. It's going to be a short little 40-minute podcast. Like, this was a dry week. But I do still feel like, I'm not sure if I'm always going to keep the episodes every Monday, but I feel like it's working as far as getting topics, because I have everything. Because before I would only have like 3 topics ready for Fridays, and then something else would come up on the weekends. And I said this before, but yeah, I think we're gonna keep it on Mondays. I like Mondays. But thank you for listening to this show. Hopefully, Derek Dahl will be back next Monday. And until next time, I'm your host, Darren Green, and this is the Darren Green Show signing out. As always, see you later.